Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Friday the 23rd of February. Child poverty continues to increase, coming as no surprise to frontline organisations. The latest Stats NZ figures show a 2% rise to 12.5% of all children are living in households that can't afford the basics. Child Matters Chief Executive Jane Searle says the numbers of two-income families needing the help of community initiatives has risen substantially. She told Mike Hosking the working poor is now something they're seeing all the time.
That is the cost of living crisis. That are families that 2 or 3 years ago were not in this situation and are now accessing food banks to feed their family because one big bill has just tipped the budget over.
The application of the last government's fees-free policy may not have done enough to target the people it was aimed at. The Tertiary Education Commission has told a select committee there's no discernible evidence the first-year free policy helped more low-decile school students into university. Former president of the Union of Students Association, Alan Dixon, says there's not always a culture in low-decile schools of considering tertiary study.
So you're combating those types of perceptions, which is why we're probably seeing just that natural tendency for those who are from high decile schools to go over to higher education.
Ukraine's president is thanking our Prime Minister for a multi-million-dollar support package to the war-struck nation. Christopher Luxon yesterday announced an extension of our Defence Force deployments to Europe and $6.5 million in military support. The funding package comes with an extra $10 million in humanitarian aid. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he appreciates New Zealand's support, demonstrating geographical distance doesn't matter when it comes to freedom and international law. Tough talks lie ahead for the Trade Minister, who's heading to a World Trade Organisation meeting in Abu Dhabi. Todd McClay will be vice-chairing the meeting, which will discuss topics including agricultural trade rules, e-commerce and fishery subsidies. He told Mike Hosking he's optimistic there will be gains in some areas.
New Zealand's, in the big negotiations with the very big countries and, we'll be banging our drum for fairness, but also a better deal for Kiwi exporters.
McClay says New Zealand exporters benefit from a common set of enforceable rules to rely upon, and that's what we'll be pushing for. A Crown solicitor has been cleared of bullying allegations despite her communication and management style being found to be challenging, critical and unpredictable. Open Justice reports an anonymous complaint was made last March against Jacinda Hamilton, who holds the Crown warrant in Hamilton. A manhunt remains underway for a potentially armed man after an altercation in the Taupo suburb of Hilltop yesterday. The Defence Minister is thanking the retiring Chief of Navy for 37 years of loyal service to New Zealand. Judith Collins says she wishes Rear Admiral David Proctor and his family well for the future as he heads across the ditch to work for the Australian military. To sport, Dame Lisa Carrington has been awarded the New Zealand Olympic Committee's Lonsdale Cup for her sporting achievements last year, the fourth time she's won the prize. Moana Pacifica have been forced to move their Round 3 Super Rugby Pacific match against the Rebels away from North Harbour Stadium because of turf issues at the venue. I'm Malcolm Jordan, that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.